Hello comic book fans, today we're talking about the Acolyte issue 3. This is from Konkret comics, and honestly this story just keeps getting better and better as I keep reading. And this is issue 3, and at the end of the last issue, these three beings came crashing down to Earth, and we are shown how Acolyte, how he deals with this situation. We are first taken back to where he is training, right? He is training to be and understand his powers and to, become a better hero. And as he was training, he's trained in the ship and to create these holograms or whatever this is for these monsters for him to continue training. But he's pretty much feeling himself at this point. He's like, I need more of a challenge, right? Like, I'm above this. I need something else to hit, something stronger to deal with. And that's when the person that's training him comes along. He's like, fight me. And obviously he calls me no man and everything. He's like, I don't want to hurt you, whatever. And this is when he learns a very valuable moment and gets humbled in the situation, because he just rushes at the guy and he gets face palmed, like anime style face palmed in the ground. And he learns this lesson of not to take your enemies lightly. They don't play by the rules, so you have to learn not to play by the rules when it comes to who you're going up against. And I feel like that's a very important message and a very important lesson, because it is so true even in real life. And so we're taken back to modern day where these aliens have crash landed here on this planet, and what they are looking for is unfortunately on Earth, but Acolyte meets them right there. And I love this character, Acolyte, just because how he responds, how he's dealing with this situation. Superman or anybody else would deal with the situation any other way. He's like, I don't care what your deal is, get off my planet or I'll forcefully get you off this planet. And if I have to, break your jaw in order to do so, so be it. And even when they're explaining, he's like, yeah, whatever, I don't care. And, it's just his attitude towards this. I enjoy a hero that has like villain mentality, right? And it doesn't mean like they're a bad guy. It's just they have that, level of aura about them. And even when he gets attacked, right, they actually start attacking Acolyte. They do this combo on him to encase him in this ice sandy, compartment. And even when it was like, he's weak or whatever, or like they thought that was easy, he breaks out of it. And he just looks awesome on this page. And then he says, allow me to reintroduce myself. And it's just like, he knows he's powerful, he knows he's strong, and he knows these guys have no chance of actually beating him in this situation. So he kind of takes his time, but he's showing them his power, and he's just knocking these guys back. And it is awesome just to see the hero of the story be a badass, act like a badass, and take out the bad guy. And they are not as powerful as him, because Acolyte moves faster than they are, and he choke slams a guy into the ground, and he's just dismantling them one by one. And then he just goes in for the attack again. And from the panels of how the fight is and just how he carries himself in this situation, protecting his planet from whoever these guys are, it just made me enjoy the character even more. And even when they try to go in for an attack again, their powers and their abilities don't mean much to him. But then we get this panel on this page to where he gets hit, and he's in the same position as a hero and as he's getting trained. And it shows us him trying to understand, and it shows why his teacher was teaching him what he was teaching him. And then the story switches from these 2 to 3 pages, right? Because then we get the regular citizens and soldiers, and they're calling in reinforcements to deal with the situation. And we get a look at a new character, and this character looks bad ass. As soon as I flipped the page and I saw him, I said, I don't know who this is. I need to know who he is right now. And he's this awesome looking like 90s style comic book character, but you know, futuristic and advanced. And I was like, who the heck is this guy? He has this massive gun with him. Massive guns always work in comic books. Always do massive guns that just look like they don't make sense. And if I remember, his name was Protocol, and he just looks so cool. And he's obviously with I'm guessing with the police and the military force, because you remember AKOLYTE has beef with the government, or at least they have beef with him. So this guy might be their answer solution to the entire situation. But with coming back to AKOLYTE, he's fighting back, and now he's with the final one. There was 3 of them, and this woman is the final one, and they're still trying to combo him, right? The other 2 come back in the fight, and AKOLYTE just looks cool as he wants to be and neutralizes them immediately, right? He's like, I need to end this. These guys need to go. And so he just uses his power and just knocks them back, which showing that he was kind of holding back until now, until he realized that he needs to end this, because between the damage and the people that might get hurt, he needs to, you know, stop this. And then we are shown his speed, right? Not just his strength, but his speed and how he can deal with, you know, the situations of power. And he's just showing he's stronger than anybody in his way. And then we get this awesome panel of him knocking her back, and it's just so cool to see. Like, as I was reading this comic, it's just like, hell yeah, man. Like, this is the definition of just a fun comic book. And then that's when, you know, they retreat. She tells her, like, you think you've won, whatever, like, we'll be returning, you know, the regular villain speech. You know, you didn't win anything, we're coming back for you. And he's like, good, I'll be waiting. And it's just like, the way he carries himself, it makes me, the reader, like this guy got it, right? Like, when he shows up on the scene, I don't have to worry about it. And that's all I have for this video. Thank you guys for watching this video. Like, share, and subscribe for more.